God damn is all I have to say after watching episode 2 of the new Bleach anime, because, I mean, episode 1 popped off. The anime community just celebrated, there was a nice harmony, everyone was proud to see how Bleach came back so strong. But to see the level of brutality that this holy shit character brought to the table, and the fact that his captains and the people that follow this man, how he so casually would just rip heads off of people and just explode them into a blood fountain, and then to just see the sheer level of fear a man can radiate so quickly on the screen, and those that follow under him can so casually destroy very powerful people, and to end in such a way with Ichigo popping up and knowing, oh man, that'll be an amazing battle, but then putting into perspective how deadly of a battle that can be for so many of these characters. This arc is coming out very strong. It's swinging with full force, and I can only begin to imagine the people who've been waiting a decade for this anime to hopefully come back. Even if it just came back at the bare minimum, probably for a long time people were asking. But the fact that it came back with this much polish, this much refinement, I mean, I can only begin to imagine the sigh of relief and excitement that is mixed into one watching a product after it not being around for so long. And, I mean, when you have characters like Aizen, when you have these amazing villains that Bleach has known and loved for, and, you know, people have their fan-favorite arcs, they have their fan-favorite villains, and to be able to so quickly establish into the final Bleach arc, holy shit, this very well could become the best Bleach arc. It very well could become the best villains and groups of characters we fight. And I know the original final arc here that we're adapting in this anime, I know manga readers were split on it at the time, and I think for a lot of people, they're happy to know that the original creator is involved with this anime, gonna flesh some things out, and honestly, I have seen a lot of people say this was their favorite arc originally in the manga, and I've seen a lot of people say it was a disappointment, and it just kind of feels like, based on what I'm seeing in the anime so far, I think there's going to be a lot more people who are going to consider this to be one of the best Bleach arcs, just based already with only 2 short episodes, but those 2 episodes have left such an impression that comparing my initial excitement to previous Bleach arcs, you know, it was very easy for me to figure out quickly into an arc if I was going to love it or enjoy it or be fine with it. And to me, this is one of those I know I'm gonna love it moments, and I'm really excited. The thing about the production of this anime is how it very much has, like, the way they stylize the characters, the way they color in things, and just the general mundane shots, it feels so old school. There's like this retro feel to it, but with a modern twist. And to see how, even in the mundane scenes, man, it brings a grin to see my favorite characters, or characters I've read so many chapters with, brought to life in such a polished way. And then to see those animation moments, like, there's moments in this episode where you have like these blue flames erupting, and characters are so casually cutting fools apart. Limbs are just being severed, heads are flying, fountains of blood are squirting. And I'm sitting here like, god damn, Bleach is not holding back. And even though I knew, like, okay, you have this captain, right, who's just lining up a bunch of people saying, hey, if you beg and kiss my feet, maybe we'll take you back. Apparently, only the people who show enough balls, so trying to kill the person who literally is making everyone, you know, petrified, that's how you get brought back to his master, his ruler there, right? But ultimately, just to see how these characters, like, got back up, and, you know, there's these moments of, like, even though realistically in the back of my mind saying, yeah, they're gonna get their asses kicked, they have these moments of brilliance, and then to just see how quickly the tables get turned, and then you get these 3 musketeers popping up, and then you see all the general soldiers are just getting killed so casually, and I'm like, okay, maybe this man actually will get a taste of his own medicine. Nope. As soon as Ichigo gets there, they're just on the ground, and we saw how capable they were. And the fact that, you know, the Quincy's, it feels like they've been biding their time, right? They're waiting for their moment to strike, and the moment is here. And in doing so, I'm very interested to see where a character like Ishida would end up going, right? Because very much, I mean, even in this episode, where Hime's like pointing out how, like, he's very much grown attached to Ichigo as a person and as a friend. And yes, he separates himself when, you know, the missions overlap and go against his own code, but how will that happen when it becomes known that this is who they're fighting, sort of a thing? Like, this is, without a doubt, the best setup that an arc could ask for a final hurrah that Bleach could write, in my opinion. Obviously, I don't know how the manga for this arc went because I stopped reading it roughly when this arc started up here. But I'm really excited to see what they're going to do because it feels like it's firing on all cylinders. You know, all these characters that in moments that I love from the manga, seeing Nell pop up from the sky, falling on Ichigo, the crying, the overreaction, the simplistic moments, it's all what I love about Bleach, but the fact that it feels so mature already, and it feels so holy shit characters who, you know, made me question like, oh, I wonder where they're gonna go in future episodes. This episode comes in and kills them so quickly, and I'm like, holy shit, like, when you have a man that can rule with that much of an iron fist, and his captain can talk so much smack against Aizen because, you know, if they worked for him or he trained them or anything like that, clearly he's not as impressive as maybe we made him out to be. And I'm like, holy shit, Bleach, you are not playing around. And of course, the animation, the art style, a lot of that gets hyped up. But I think the thing that actually caught me by surprise the most with the production of this episode was actually the sound effects, because there was a lot to it, from just general slashes, arms coming off, characters being, you know, obviously, like, just in so much pain, but just the sheer amount of, like, crackling from fires, the footsteps, like, it just feels so much more refined than what I'm typically used to seeing in any type of shonen anime being adapted, whether that's seasonal, whether that's long running, and it really does feel like the amount of care, love, and passion put into this product, it goes above just finishing an anime because they have the material to do so. It really comes across as they're finishing the anime and trying to surpass that manga and deliver something that everyone can be proud of, so that Bleach has a complete adaptation and a complete way to experience the best that the series has to offer. And the opening, the ending, it's all fantastic, but it's just, it feels like a passion project. And hopefully that momentum, that love and care will carry on all the way to the ending of the first core, then we'll wait for the second core, the third, the fourth, and hopefully we'll just leave saying 10 out of 10 production, 10 out of 10 arc, and Bleach ended on a bang, which based on what I've seen so far in 2 episodes, they definitely are building up the momentum and hype, and it doesn't feel like it's letting up. There's a lot of great antagonists and villains. I loved every arc of Bleach that I've experienced, and seriously, the fact that I'm, you know, coming out of a second episode, I've barely scratched the surface of what this arc's going to do, and I'm saying it has the potential to be my favorite. It says a lot. Obviously, you know, people, manga fans, anime fans, they have their opinions of who's the best, who's the scariest, and all that, but I think everyone can at least agree that for an episode 2 of an arc, it really established this would be crazy, and definitely has a name that is hard to pronounce. I mean, there's the Japanese pronunciation, the English, and, you know, the name doesn't even look like how you're supposed to say this mustache menace's name, but everyone knows who I'm talking about. Thoughts, feelings, ideas on where you want to see this arc go from here, do let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new around here. Till next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.